Good morning, sports fans. Claire Ostring, not Ostrich, here joining you sideline for the semi-final origin-style matchup between the New South Wales Firestars and Queensland Heat. Coming to you from Diamond 2 at Waverley Softball Association here in semi-sunny Melbourne, Victoria. We have a cracker of a game lined up for you. I am so far flying solo. If I can make eye contact with any sucker walking around who I think might add a little color to our broadcast today, I'll see who I can rope in. But starting things off, the starting lineup, batting lineup for the Queensland Heat. Leading things off, Nicole Conacher, followed by Dorinda Stone, Tamika Whitefield, Jade Wall, Aaron West, Brooke Stewart, Hirahari Kurihara, Indy Monroe, Suzu Tamura, and Catherine Sandercock. Pitching is in the flex position on the lineup. Now for the battery of New South Wales, and before I get to the battery, I should also mention the bench players for the Queensland Heat. Amaya Foxover, Madison McLeod, Matisse Sorbello, Brooke McNamara, Emily Solomon, and Sandy Holden. And now to the New South Wales Firestars, the battery with the pitching duties to start things off. Kendra Lamb throwing to Rachel Lack at first base, Jenna Trim. Second base, Alyssa Mile. Over at third base, Shaylin Watman. The shortstop is Stacey McManus. And straight away, both teams come firing straight out of the gates. And Conacher gets herself aboard on pitch one. So we made it to McManus, Stacey McManus, the shortstop, and the outfielders from left to right around the horn, Isabel Hanna, Michelle Cox, and Shannon Keevers in right field. Now at the plate for Queensland, Dorinda Stone. Sees ball one there. Stone drops down the bunt, and the ball is overthrown. It ends up in the outfield, so both runners will make it safely to base. So Conacher now at second, and Dorinda Stone chasing her around from first base, which means coming into the box now in uniform 21 for Queensland, Tamika Whitefield. Whitefield drops the bunt down to the pitcher, and Lamb takes it herself on the throw to Alyssa Mile, backing up at first base. So one away now for Queensland, as the formidable batter Jade Wall comes up to the plate. Two runners in scoring position for the Queensland Heat. Lamb and Lack will have to work pretty hard to get things going here. Sees ball one. Jade Wall pops this one up into the infield, and second baseman for the Firestars, Alyssa Mile, makes the second out of the inning. And as mentioned, I was searching the crowd to make hard eye contact with anyone that I could to add some color commentary and was able to rope in Josh McGovern. Josh, thanks for coming back today.
Thank you. Well, thank you for having me. As that ball pops in for a 2 RBI single for Queensland to get a good hot start here on the top of the first.
It is all happening. That ball hit by Aaron West, the DP. DP doing the job for the Queensland Heat. 2 runs score. 2 away here, so New South Wales will be looking to get that 3rd out ASAP to get back on the sticks. Missing just off there for ball 1 on Stewart. Stewart fouls one back to even the count, 1 apiece. Missing again there. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count on Stewart. Stewart showing good discipline here in the top of the first. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count. And again, fouls one back to bring it to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Stewart.
Kendra Lamb looking for this 3rd strike or 3rd out. Great spot, just... Oh, did get the strike zone there, Claire. Just on the outside corner. Good pitch by Kendra Lamb. But it wasn't before Queensland got 2 runs on the top of the first. We look at both teams last night, how they got into this game, Claire. New South Wales falling short against a strong SA team. Great game, which was just decided by a big hit via the home run, and then Queensland in a pitching dominating game won 2-0 against Victoria.
We are firing on all cylinders here this morning. It is humid, however overcast, but still sunscreen is required. The UV is up, and it does feel warm, I'll be honest. I mean, I'm probably a bit of a wuss when it comes to heat, but so far no liquid sunshine to report here at Waverley yet. And instead of weather, let's report on the fielding side now. The Queensland Heat. So with the ball in hand and in the circle, Catherine Sandercock is pitching to Brooke Stewart. The first baseman, Indy Monroe. Second base, Tamika Whitefield. At third, Dorinda Stone. The shortstop for Queensland, Suzu Tamura. And the outfielders from left to right, Kurihara, center field, Jade Wall, and in right field, Nicole Conacher. The batting lineup for the New South Wales Firestars: in the first position, Michelle Cox, followed by Shannon Keevers, Jenna Trim, Brianna Young, Stacey McManus, Shaylin Watman, Alyssa Mile, Rachel Lack, and Isabel Hanna. The additional New South Wales bench players are Riley Arnott, Mia Gilmore, Chantel Ladner, Madison Baker, Angelique Iredale, and Grace Rickson. And straight from the top of the order for New South Wales, they have the chants and cheering going. Perhaps you can hear that at home. Cox takes ball 1 high. And thank you to umpiring teammate James English for bringing me a coffee. Shout out to you, James. Thank you. And speaking of umpires, calling the game today, we have Debbie Grove behind home plate, Trevor Murphy out at first base. Behind second base, we have Ron Soupy Campbell, the Canadian exchange umpire from St. John, New Brunswick, as well as Leith Roberts rounding things out over there at third base. So Keevers just checking there, was it called on the pitch or the strike, but 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now. Keevers fouls that one away. Cox fouls that one away. Thank you, Josh.
That's okay. It's still early. Haven't finished your coffee yet. I'll let that one slip.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. The coffee's only just arrived.
Mistakes happen.
So Michelle Cox in the box for New South Wales. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. She lifts this one out behind, and they're not quite quick enough.
Close play there, but great play by Tamika Whitefield at second base, getting the first out of the innings, bringing up Shannon Keevers, who's been a threat on base all week with her speed and her contact, short game. She'll be looking to do the same here to get on base to start something for the Firestars. Shannon Keevers also a Aussie Spirit team member. She has been for many years. That's a great first pitch there. Must say I am impressed by this import pitcher for the Queensland Heat, Claire. She threw an outstanding game last night. She'll be looking to do the same here. The winner obviously facing South Australia in the grand final.
One ball, 1 strike the count to Keevers, and actually Keevers. Shannon, known for being speedy on the bases, gets from home to 1 very quickly when she's batting, but fouls that one away and has to come back. And hello to fans watching from home, especially Lauren Moore, checking in from Canberra, ACT. Hello and thank you for joining us as Shannon Keevers puts it down the third baseline, but there was obstruction called on the first baseman as Keevers rounded first. I think she was probably well and truly safe of her own account coming into second. She is speedy, but New South Wales now have a runner in scoring position. Next in the box for the Firestars in uniform 79, Jenna Trim. sees that one well for ball one.
Jenna's been a threat all week at the plate, recording 3 home runs, many RBIs. She'll be looking to get some good contact here in the outfield to score Keevers from second base. I'm sure it wouldn't take too much contact to score Keevers with her pace.
She is just so speedy on the base path. But Queensland look to be on the same page now, probably sorting out signals with Keevers out there. Able to see signals on second base, but we're back to it. Jenna Trim, 1 ball the count, runner in scoring position. Fouls one back to even the count, 1 apiece. So 1 ball, 1 strike on J. Trim. Sees something she wants to swing at. The shortstop plays the ball well to retire the batter at 1, but on the hit, Keevers advances to third.
That brings up Bree Young, sister of Jenna. New South Wales have been looking to get this run across the board to start their campaign in the prelim final, should I say, or semi-final. That's fouled off the first baseline.
So 1 strike the count to Young with Keevers at third base. Takes pitch 2 for strike 2.
Nice change up there by Catherine, good off speed. 2 strikes on Bree Young. They're looking maybe throw a ball, see if she'll chase it, Claire. Would you say? That one's popped up to the pitcher for the third out. After 1 complete innings, Queensland 2, New South Wales 0. Queensland have come out firing with the sticks.
So leading things off in the visitors' half of the second inning, wearing uniform number 2, Harari Kurihara. Just missing there for ball 1. And Watman well down the line. They may be thinking bunt from Kurihara, but she swings, popping it up to Jenna Trim, who comes in from first base for the first out of the inning. Next in the box for Queensland, Indy Munro. Lamb finding the bottom of the zone there. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike to Munro. Munro skies this one out to left field, but Isabel Hanna does well to follow it back and makes the catch for the second out of Queensland's at-bat.
As we watched the replay, the ball just kept tracking back towards the fence.
Old mate behind her was looking ready to catch it as well, but Hannah was able to gather it in as we now see Suzu Tamura in number 98 up to bat for Queensland.
Suzu from Japan, playing shortstop in this game. I'd say not much would get past her being a Japanese fielder. They are very good fielders, Claire, as you would know.
Very precise. Growing up watching Canada Cup, one of the best moments during those weeks were watching the Japanese women's team with the infield warm-up. Their game, of course, is phenomenal, but the warm-up that they would do they would have 5 or 6 or 7 balls in play at a time, but everybody knew what their job was and was doing it. It's just absolutely skillful. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count now on Tamura.
As that one fouled off behind the catcher. Rachel having a little bit of a giggle there as it came back and hit her. Rachel's always smiling.
She is.
Great character of the game. Great player.
She has a very wry sense of humor and a bit softer spoken, but when she does speak, it's usually good for a giggle. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count still. And Tamura goes down looking. So that does it for the top of the second. No runs scored, 3 up, 3 down for Lamb. Gathers herself another K. Stewart makes the throw over to second base after the final warm-up pitch. Coming to the plate for New South Wales in uniform 50, Stacey McManus. From the games that I've watched, Josh McManus has had a bit more of a quiet bat this week, on the games that I've seen anyway, but I would imagine she's due.
She probably has had a little bit more of a quieter week than she was hoping, but one thing's for sure, her defense has still been there, and her leadership, most importantly. It's been a very young team that we've got. Stacey's
certainly.
had to step up with the admission of Taylor. So Stacey's
crucial member of the
absolutely
leadership group on the team.
Far and beyond.
She drives this back over the head of Sandercock, but second baseman fills in well behind her. Makes the play over to one to retire McManus. Now in the box for the Firestars in uniform 93, Shaylin Watman. Fouls this one back.
The wind is picking up pretty clear at Waverley, so you could imagine once the ball gets, if there's a ball that's popped up, it could be quite tough to track down and catch.
Yep. The last couple of days I've been using the expression a swirling twirler or twirling swirler, depending how you want to think of it. So 1 strike to Watman. Sandercock resets, ready for the next pitch. Watman has a hesitant swing, does put bat to ball, but hits foul. So 2 strikes the count now on Watman. 1 away. Missing just in there for 1 ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count.
Sandercock mixing up her pitches quite well, Claire. Up, down and change, which you do have to do against New South Wales because they are a strong batting lineup. You have
sure
to mix up
are.
the paces all the time. That ball's hit hard, shortstop. Makes it outstanding play, like we said before. Great fielder. Not much is getting past her there at shortstop.
No, Suzu Tamura, she is quick on her feet. We see on the replay here, makes a quick jump to her right. Comes up with the ball, makes the throw for the second out of the inning. Now in the box for the Firestars, wearing uniform 64, Alyssa Mile, but she swings at the first pitch and flies out to Tamika Whitefield at second base. So we move our way into the third inning. Top of the third, the first batter for the Queensland Heat. Back to the top of the order, Nicole Conacher. Conacher?
I have no idea, to be honest.
So, sports fans, if you're out there and can help me out, Conacher? Conacher.
Nice rise ball by Kendra Lamb, gets a swing for the second strike. Kendra, it looks like, is using that rise ball a lot more than any other pitch. What do you think, Claire?
She, I would say, is well known for it, but just disguises it so well. So it is an effective pitch for them to go to, as she misses just low and away there. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Conacher, uniform 22, puts it up into the infield, and New South Wales second baseman Alyssa Mile calls everybody off, makes the catch. And again, Queensland batter Dorinda Stone aggressively comes up, swings at the first pitch, and pops it up to shortstop Stacey McManus. So 2 out now for Queensland, bringing to the plate uniform 21, Tamika Whitefield. Ball 1 on Whitefield. Just misses away there. 2 balls the count. And Whitefield has a hack at this. It has potential, but just doesn't quite make it over the fence today. And Michelle Cox gathers up for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down for the Queensland Heat in the top of the third. No runs scored. As we come into the bottom of the third, the home half of the third inning, the score remains 2-0 in favor of the Queensland Heat. So leading things off in the bottom of the third here for the New South Wales Firestars, in uniform 31, Rachel Lack. thinks about showing bunt. Strike one called. Black fouls one off for strike two of her first at bat. Two strikes now on Lack. Swings at this, she'll have to hurry, but Suzu Tamura again, textbook technique, makes the play over to one and retires the first out. Next batter for New South Wales in uniform 97, Isabel Hanna. Fouls the first pitch away. And thank you to our sports fans watching and for helping me confirm the Queensland batter uniform 22 is Connor Kerr.
Great play there by Dorinda Stone, fielding that bunt, firing over to first for the second out of the innings. Bringing up to the top of the shop, Michelle Cox for New South Wales.
Cox fouls the first one away. One strike the count on Cox. As Sandercock scrapes the outside corner for strike two.
Sandercock doing a great job of working ahead of batters, Claire, and then getting them to chase some pitches out of the zone.
And I think you were here the other day and we were talking about at this level when pitches are missing, they're not missing by much, as that one does, just low and away there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Cox. Cox drops this one in front of Tamura, who just bobbles it as she's about to make the throw, and with the speed of Michelle Cox, she's able to get herself aboard on the bubble.
I think it would have been a tough play anyway, Claire,
yeah,
even if it was a clean grab.
She was
a bit
motoring.
of a slow roller there, which brings up Shannon Keevers. New South Wales will be looking to get on the board here with 2 outs.
Great height on that pitch, just on the outside corner for strike one. just off there. Again, not by much. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Shannon Keevers with Jenna Trim on deck. Brooke Stewart gives the signal to Catherine Sandercock, ready now. And Keevers skies this one just behind shortstop, but Hirahari Kurihara fills in behind for the flare and takes the catch.
Directly that I can print straight away. If you let me know that they're okay, then I can do whatever you want before. Thank
you. And thank you, Constantine, for the notes in the live chat on the commentary, confirming the BJ Loves KC the other day. Always good having supporters here, there, and everywhere as we start the top of the 4th. Jade Wall, Mean Muggin, Rachel Lack there, all in good nature, all in good fun.
Jade's a great character of the game, Claire. Always has a smile on her face, and
Yeah.
she is a tremendous talent. She can hit a ball a long way.
Somebody described her the other day as having golden retriever energy. Just always pumped, always energized, always happy to see you. Not necessarily happy to see that first strike pitch, but we're away, 1 strike on Wall. Wall dribbles this one through the infield. McManus gathers it up, makes the throw to retire Wall for the first out. Next in the box for Queensland, wearing uniform, bless you, 42, Aaron West. West aggressively swings at the first pitch, but fouls it back for strike 1. So, yeah, you mentioned it earlier, Josh. We are working with some gusts, wind gusts on and off, but hopefully that will help keep things cool, but we need the rain to stay away as well, as Aaron West sees second strike there called. 2 strikes the count. Makes contact. Ball ends up in left field and in the glove of left fielder Isabel Hanna for the second out of the inning.
Brings up Brooke Stewart, the catcher, I believe, from Queensland.
Yes, indeed.
A fellow catcher, that I must add.
Did you know that I used to catch, Josh?
That's why he's such a great person, I think.
Whoa. Brooke Stewart.
It's probably what makes you such a good umpire, Claire.
I have often said catchers make the best umpires, so you let me know.
I think I'm the best judge.
Well, I mean, everyone's entitled to an opinion.
I rarely have my opinion about umpires, Claire. It's okay.
Stewart grounds up the third baseline, and Watman makes the throw for the third out. No runs scored, no runners left on. 3 up, 3 down. Again, no messing around.
Moving into the bottom of the fourth, New South Wales will be looking to get on the board here, as the opportunities are diminishing by the innings.
I said it yesterday, and I'll say it again. You got to hit to run. You got to run to score. You got to score to win. So let's hit.
If you're New South Wales, do you start thinking about the short game yet, Claire? Or do you have trust in your hitters, which they've been doing all week, hitting the cover off the ball?
I mean, you have to manufacture a runner on base. So, I mean, where we are in the lineup, if I have a look, I think we'll be seeing Jenna Trim first up if my score sheet has been up to scratch. See, that's the thing. Trim is one of those batters who's able to hit the ball a very long way, but also can deftly drop down a bunt. So, I mean, I don't presume to get into the heads of the coaching staff for the Firestars, but we'll wait and see here now, as indeed Jenna Trim in uniform 79 leads things off. Jenna powers through, driving it straight back up the middle and gets herself aboard. Now coming into the box, Jenna's sister, Brianna Young.
Maybe looking at that bunt we're just talking about here, Claire's good situation to move Jenna over to scoring position. You can see Dorinda Stone at third base.
Yeah, thinking the same
shallow
thing,
as
and
she
they
shakes.
do just foul. I have to say, as an umpire, I do encourage batters anytime the ball is tipped, unless they have actually seen it go out of play, run it until the umpire calls foul. Don't worry, we'll bring you back if we need to. But that ball wasn't foul by much. So reset, but Stone stays well up the line, maybe thinking bunt again. But she fouls, hits the ball, flies it just in behind, and it creates a bit of trouble there. It's tough when the infield is thinking bunt and then it's not a standard issue bunt. Either way, effective. And the sisters are runners at 1 and 2.
Queensland just taking a moment here to cool things down, slow it down. Looking to get their first out of the innings. New South Wales in a great spot here to record a run.
You took the words right out of my mouth. And absolutely right.
I could only imagine they're probably going to try that bunt again to get her over to third.
McManus in the box now, followed up by Shaylin Watman. So this is a good portion of the batting order for New South to be working their way through. So none out here in the bottom of the fourth. Stacey McManus, the batter in the box. Stone at third base, still playing well down the line. And Josh, your softball brain picked it. McManus shows bunt on the first pitch, but the pitch misses the zone for ball 1. Good sack bunt there by Stacey McManus. Advances the runners to second and third. And Shaylin Watman now comes to the plate with 1 out. So 1 away for New South Wales. Runners at second and third. Watman is able to hold back on that high pitch for ball 1. The Firestars dugout has come alive now. I mean, they've certainly had a lot of spirit through the first 3 innings, but especially with 2 runners on.
They're definitely up and about now with a couple of runners in scoring position, Claire.
Watman powers this right over the head of the pitcher as Jenna Trim comes home. That's exactly what the Firestars wanted to see. We see here, oh, just tipped off the glove of Suzu Tamura into the outfield. And New South Wales are on the board with runners on the corners. So 1 away, runners on the corners. The batter in the box now in uniform 64, Alyssa Mile. And again, Mile able to get it just over the pivot. And Brianna Young comes home on the hit. We have a new ball game.
Absolutely. 2-2 here in the 4th. Still with runner in scoring position and a runner at first. 1 out. Rachel Lackey in the batter's box.
Sorting out hand signals here at Spacequake Sports as we get back to the action. Lack shows bunt but takes the pitch up and away for ball 1. There is apparently some weather about. I'm not saying the word. It is windy. The temperature has certainly dropped, but I haven't felt any liquid sunshine yet, so it doesn't count. And speaking of the count, 1 ball on Lack, runners at 1 and 2. And Lack is able to punch one back straight to Catherine Sandercock, who recovers the ball and makes the out at first base. So on the replay, we can see runners advance on the 1-3. And we may have a pinch hitter here, or perhaps We might wait and see. Yes, we do. So pinch hitter Isabel Hanna has come out, allowing Grace Rickson in uniform 18 for her first turn at bat. So 2 out here, runners at second and third as pinch hitter Rickson comes in and does well to leave ball 1 up. Rickson has a hack and flies out to right field as Nicole Conacher fades to her left and makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So that will do it for the 4th inning. We got a tie ball game. New South Wales Firestars other catcher, Maddie Baker, there offering some insight, perhaps some comedic levity to Rachel Lack taking the warm-up pitches.
Looks like Rickson staying in the game and going out to left field for Isabel Hanna, I believe it was.
Oh, good pick, buddy.
As Lack fires that throw down to second base. We're moving into the top of the 5th. Like you said, we've got a ball game here, Claire. 2 runs apiece. Queensland will be looking to fight back here to get that lead back.
So we're all ready to kick things off in the 5th in the State of Origin matchup. Harari Kurihara leads things off here and sees ball 1. And fends off another up and in pitch for ball 2. A little shout out to Joel Grimes, umpire, and my current husband, who's just sent through a screenshot of the Bureau of Meteorology.
I don't want to say it, Claire.
I mean, it's colorful.
Does look like a rainbow.
It's...
or maybe a bit red.
Yeah, it's colorful. And while we've been looking at the colors of the bomb, we've seen 2 strikes called now, 1 swinging, 1 called. So the count is even, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Harari Kurihara, as she has a mighty swing at this one. And center fielder Michelle Cox, maximum effort, gets her teammates in the outfield pump and makes a fabulous grab for the 1st out of the inning. Never a doubt, we can see on the replay here, she's on her horse, tracking it back over her left shoulder, and that is textbook glove work, kids. You run to the ball and then get your glove up, and even the Victorian fans appreciate that catch out there.
I think we could be seeing that one over social media, Claire. That was an outstanding catch by Cox. Definitely saved at least a double, if not a triple, with the speedy runner they had.
Absolutely. Kurihara is quick around the bases, as We now see her teammate Indy Monroe takes ball 1. And then takes ball 2. That sound over our shoulder, Josh, it was a garbage truck and nothing more. As Indy Monroe fouls this one away, so 2 balls, 1 strike as the garbage truck sound goes again. Two balls, 1 strike. The count. 1 away here in the top of the 5th. Monroe, good discipline shown there for ball 3 of the at-bat. Three balls, 1 strike, the count on Monroe, as she again fouls one up over the backstop for a full count. So if anyone at the grounds is following along and could bring us an umbrella, I think we may need it momentarily. Unfortunately for Indy Monroe, she will be dry back in the dugout after watching strike 3 for the second out.
Kendra's definitely found a rhythm now after a bit of a shaky first innings.
The next batter for the Queensland Heat, seeing strike 1 in uniform 98, Suzu Tamura. Missing just away there for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike as Tamura dusts the plate off, so she has all of it in sight. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shows a quick little chop potential bunt idea, but pitch misses in for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike on Tamura. As the wind picks up here at Waverly Softball Association.
As that's hit
Tamura,
down the left field line.
small
and it's
but
gone.
mighty. She puts it over for a ding-dong dinger. And the Heat are out of the dugout to welcome Suzu Tamura back after touching all 4 bases for a home run to left field.
That was a great hit as we look on the replay here.
Thanks for coming. How about that?
I was hoping for the crowd catch there, Claire, but maybe it was a little bit too far past them as it goes onto the back diamond there. And Queensland get the lead back, 3 runs to 2. As that ball's hit back to Kendra Lamb. Makes a nice play for the 3rd out of the innings, but not before Queensland score a home run. Going into the bottom of the 5th innings here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as if we needed more excitement, Suzu Tamura just absolutely stamps the ball out to left field. As I said, small but mighty. You don't have to be the biggest batter. You just have to have excellent hand-eye coordination and good timing, as she does, and gets her team ahead on the scoreboard, 3-2, as we await the rain and await the New South Wales Firestars at bats here. So we are dry for now, as that garbage truck sounds to be getting closer, but we lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th. Back to the top of the order for New South Wales, Michelle Cox, first batter in the box. And sees that well for ball 1.
Michelle Cox got on base last time from infield single, I believe. Looking to get on base again here for the New South Wales Firestars. As she fouls that off on the third baseline. Bring the count 1 ball, 1 strike.
Cox gets bat to ball, and on this occasion isn't quite fast enough, as Queensland shortstop Harari Kurihara makes the play over to her teammate at first base, Indy Munro, for the first out of the at-bat. Which brings to the plate uniform 47, I beg your pardon, uniform 83, Michelle Keevers.
Finds a strike zone. There's a cast my eye over my left shoulder. It looks like the Firestars do have their bullpen active, warming up. Can't really tell who it is at the moment. Could be Grace Rickson by that pitching style. It definitely is. With Keevers in the box here, 1 strike on her. Asked the question if she went. But a foul tip for strike 2.
I think Keevers is just checking the question of we may see it on the replay here.
I thought I definitely heard a second noise.
There
but
was a sound, so was it the ball skimming off the bat, or was it the bat coming through and hitting the catcher's glove, is I think what head coach Carrie Porter is asking. And we might have an umpy conference, which, yeah, here we go. So we'll see Debbie Grove, Trevor Murphy, Ron Campbell, and Leith Roberts get together to include all the inputs here. So it looks like we have a foul ball. Debbie has confirmed with the statisticians. So first pitch called strike, second one deemed foul ball. So 2 strikes, the count on Shannon Keevers. as she shows good discipline there to see ball 1 as the wind kicks up again. And speaking of things getting kicked up, we've had a bit of dirt kicked up onto the plate. But Debbie sorts it out and we're back in action. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Shannon Keevers. As Catherine Sandercock goes back to work here in the circle. Keevers on the swinging slap runs through, but Sandercock easily gobbles up that hit and makes the throw to Indy Monroe. Little rhyme there. So with 2 retired now at the plate for New South Wales, Jenna Trim has a swing at that one, much to the chagrin of her and her sister on deck. But she resets and ready for the second pitch. Oh, Kurihara does her best to get to that ball, but that diminutive figure just not able to get up to the flight of the ball, and Jenna Trim gets herself aboard. You can see here, oh, she times it well, but just can't go gadget arms to make the catch. So, little stoppage in play here as Coach Kim comes out to talk strategery. As Brianna Young comes to the plate for New South Wales. So 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. The score still sitting 3 for Queensland, 2 for New South Wales. Bree Young, zone dialed in on the zone, sees ball 1. Bree fouls one down the third baseline. It makes its way all the way to left field. And having a look at sports fans watching, as we've seen from around the world, hello to Marcos, watching from Toronto, Canada. Myself being fellow Canuck. Hello, Marcos. As we get back to work here, 1 ball, 1 strike on Bree Young, who has a hack at pitch 3.
As that's popped up to the shortstop. Takes it comfortably for the 3rd out.
Suzu Tamura does a good job to gather that in, as again the wind is trying to join the game. Oh, it's all happening here at Waverly Softball Association. As everyone battens down the hatches here at Waverley Softball Association, we roll our way into the top of the 6th inning. Dorinda Stone leading things off for the visitors' half. Shows bunt, but opts not to for ball 1.
As that one's popped behind the catcher. For strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike on Dorinda. That's a nice bit of pitch in there. Nice change up by Kendra, gets Dorinda swinging. I don't want to say it's Claire.
Nope.
But
Don't say it. Nope.
I may have just felt a sprinkle on my shoulder. If I was a betting man, it looks like it might rain pretty soon here.
No.
But luckily I'm not a betting man. As that one's popped to shallow left field. Rickson tracking it in.
Does a great
Great
job.
catch by Rickson there.
Gets her glove just underneath it. Comes up for out number 1.
As we look at the replay here.
McManus goes out to high five Rickson after a great catch.
As we see a pitching change happening for New South Wales. With Kendra Lamb coming out of the game and Chantel Ladner stepping on the mound. Great game by Kendra.
As we fade back into the camera angle from the outfield. Lovely work there by Spacequake Sports. We're underway again with the pitching change by New South Wales. Now with the ball in hand, Chantel Ladner facing Queensland batter in uniform 21, Tamika Whitefield. Whitefield showing good discipline here early in the at-bat. 2 balls, the count. As Whitefield sees pitch 3 for the first strike. 2 balls, 1 strike now on Whitefield. Whitefield hits back through the infield to Ladner, but Chantel does the work to get the throw away and retires Whitefield for the second out of the inning.
That brings up to the box Jade Wall, centre fielder for the Queensland Heat.
Wall takes the first pitch, called strike one.
Nice eyes there, watching that one low. Evens the counts at 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here for the Queensland Heat in the top of the 6th.
Wall with a little nod of acknowledgement and a yep, I think I saw there. Acknowledging, yeah, that might have been an okay pitch to swing at. As strike through comes through the zone, 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. But ball 4 misses up for ball 2. Count now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, 2-2-2. As Wall puts this one up and over Ron Campbell out there at second base. Drops one into center field, gets herself aboard for a safe hit by Jade Wall. So single by 17, Jade Wall brings up to bat uniform 42, the DP, Aaron West. So the sky has gotten very dark around us. We haven't had what I would call real rain yet, but it may be coming. We'll continue until told not to as we get back to business here with Aaron West facing Chantel Ladner. Jade Wall at first base, but West takes first pitch for ball 1. West, again, Chantel Ladner doing some work in the infield there for the 1-3, retiring the side for the 3rd out. So Chantel Ladner on the replay there makes the final 2 outs the same way, 1-3. And ladies and gentlemen, I think there will be a stoppage in play here as the selectors scatter like ants to get out of the rain and wind, and we'll do the same. We'll be back as soon as we can. Don't know how long we'll be away. We'll be back.
You're good. You're going through. You're going through. There you are.
And welcome back, sports fans. Claire Ostring, not Ostrich, coming to you from a suspended State of Origin matchup here in the semifinal between the Queensland Heat and New South Wales Firestars. For those who weren't here before, let me tell you, the amount of precipitation that fell was remarkable. I'll leave it at that. Needless to say, we are back at it again. The score when we left off, Queensland 3, the home team, New South Wales 2. We made it halfway through the 6th inning and have returned to Diamond 1 here at Waverley Softball Association. And kicking things off for New South Wales in the bottom, the home half of the 6th inning, the shortstop wearing uniform 50, Stacey McManus. And first pitch after the play recommences. Ball 1 to McManus. Strike 1 called. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Second strike of the at-bat thrown by Catherine Sandercock for Queensland, pitching to Brooke Stewart behind the plate. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Ball misses low there to even the count. 2 apiece, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And once we get settled in here, folks, I'll go around the field again so we're all on the same page, knowing who's doing what and where. But 2 balls, 2 strikes the count to McManus. McManus fouls one a long way down the third baseline, and I'll give you a heads up. The grass out there is wet, so I would not be surprised if the pace of play is a tad slower than it was earlier in the day, as we make sure that that pill is dry and able to be gripped appropriately. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to McManus. Sandercock missing the mark there low, which brings us to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes on McManus now. Again, Manus fouls one away, and it just squeaks onto the wet grass out there, so we'll change the ball over again. And you can hear the Firestars dugout off to my left here with their spirit and cheering. Got a bit of a battle on our hands. McManus with a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. McManus powers this one between the first and second baseman and gets a leadoff single to kick things back off for the Firestars. So as mentioned, in the field for Queensland, pitching is Catherine Sandercock in uniform 99. Behind the plate, Brooke Stewart at first base. Indy Munro. Second base, Tamika Whitefield. Over at third, Dorinda Stone. The shortstop, Suzu Tamura. And left field, Harari Kurihara. Center field is Jade Wall. And in right field, Nicole Conacher. Next up for New South Wales after the single by McManus, in uniform 93, Shaylin Watman pops one up. And Indy Munro does a great job to read the play and crashes hard to retire Watman for the first out of the inning. Next to the plate now for the New South Wales Firestars, Alyssa Mile. Ball 1 on Mile. You'd imagine the Firestars will be looking to get McManus around at the first opportunity. And Mile fouls one back, and it does hit a spectator, unfortunately, but fun story for him to tell at the clubhouse later in the day. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count on Alyssa Mile. Mile fouls another one back, hopefully this time. And based on the reaction of some other fans behind me, I think it was the same fellow who might have been targeted by a second foul ball. Hopefully that one didn't meet the mark. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count now to Alyssa Mile with Stacey McManus on first base. Mile swings at one upstairs, foul tip for strike 3, and the second out retired for New South Wales. Striding up to bat now for the Firestars in uniform 31, Rachel Lack. McManus still the runner at 1. Lack showing good discipline there for ball 1. And heads up again. That one lands out of play behind the back net. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Rachel Lack, whilst McManus patiently at first base still Sandercock nods, yes, I've got the pitch, that's the one. And maybe just a bit of a misgrip. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count now. Two balls, 1 strike to Rachel Lack. Veteran player Stacey McManus at first. Gets a good jump there, but all for naught. Lack misses at the upstairs pitch now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. Two out. McManus on first. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Lack swings the bat, but the ball ricochets just up. Tags her in the hip whilst still in the batter's box. So dead ball, everyone resets. And the count remains 2-2. I'd call it the Richie Beno scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2-2-2. For those who know the crickets. Lack hits the ball a long way. Unfortunately, it's a long way foul. Good battle here going between Catherine Sandercock, pitcher, and catcher for the other side, Rachel Lack. Count still 2 balls, 2 strikes. McManus still waiting at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just stays fair up the third baseline, and 3 away as Dorinda Stone makes the play to her teammate Indy Munro for the final out of the inning. Stone does well on the replay there to keep her feet planted, ready to make the throw over to Munro. Another day at the office. So if you're just joining us, we had a bit of an extended delay, and maybe if you're not just joining us, if you're rejoining us, welcome, as we kick on over to the 7th inning. We had a bit of weather, which set the schedule a bit skew-if, but we have a fabulous grounds crew here at Waverley Softball Association. They got the tarps out early onto the pitching circle and the batter's box and home plate, so those precious areas protected well. And I think just with good drainage and good hard effort by all on grounds crew, they were able to get the diamond up and playable toot sweet. So thank you very much, Waverley Softball Association, volunteers, grounds crew, everyone involved. It's fabulous that we've been able to get back on the diamond today to complete the semifinal. As we kick things off for Queensland, potentially Queensland's final time at bat. To start things off for the Queensland Heat in uniform 23, the catcher, Brooke Stewart. Chantel Ladner fires one in there for strike 1. Ladner with the duties came in the 6th. Throwing to Rachel Lack behind the plate for the Firestars. Stewart gets bat to ball. But out there in left field, we have Grace Rickson, who also came in the last inning. Just making sure that that is actually her. I'll see on the replay here that, yes, it is Gracie out there in uniform 18. Not one of the starting players, but she did come in place of Isabel Hanna and makes a great grab for the first out of the inning. Next to the plate and seeing ball 1, Harari Kurihara. Takes ball 2. Two balls, the count on Kurihara. Ladner deals and Kurihara fouls it off for strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike on Harari Kurihara. Pops one up down the third baseline, and Watman and shortstop Stacey McManus cover the fence well, but no joy on the catch, so foul ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes the count now for Chantel Ladner and Rachel Lack against Harari Kurihara. Kurihara again fouls one away, so the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Around the infield for the Firestars, as mentioned, pitching is Chantel Ladner to Rachel Lack behind the plate. At first base, Jenna Trim. Second base, Alyssa Mile. Third is Shaylin Watman. Shortstop, Stacey McManus, who has the ball hit just between her and second baseman. Ball ends up in the outfield, recovered by Michelle Cox out there, and in left field, Grace Rickson, and opposite corner in right field, Shannon Keevers. So Queensland Heat get their second batter of the inning aboard, so 1 out, runner at 1, bringing to the plate first baseman Indy Monroe. Good discipline shown by Monroe there for ball 1. Ball fouled off, but I think Kurihara was on the move there, so she'll have to come back. Hit and run may have been the call, but unfortunately the ball just fouled off. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Monroe. Big twist, and then followed up with a diving effort by Watman. The ball was foul, but she did a great job to attempt at it. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Monroe now. Kurihara speedy on the bases, so definitely a threat there, looking to get around to 2. Based on the expression on the pitcher's face, I think they thought that might have been just in there, but not the case. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. Monroe puts this one. McManus recovers, takes the ball, and they retire lead runner Harari Kurihara. But Indy Monroe gets herself safely aboard at first base. Next up for the Queensland Heat, wearing uniform 98, the shortstop, Suzu Tamura. Tamura fouls that one back. Two balls, 2 strikes, the count on Tamura, with Indy Monroe running at first, 2 out. Watches that one up. Brings the count full now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. You'd imagine Monroe at first will be moving on the pitch, being 2 out, full count. And Tamura puts this into right field, and it makes it to the fence, so Monroe scores. The ball gets away from the Firestars, and it will be a 4-base hit for Suzu Tamura, which now brings the score to 5 Queensland, 2 Firestars. Now in the box for the Queensland Heat, back to the top of the order, Nicole Conacher. Shows bunt, decides not to, but takes first pitch for called strike. Similar pitch, again called for strike 2. 2 strikes the count on Conacher. 2 away here, no runners on following the what turned into a 4-base hit for Suzu Tamura. And strike 3, 3 very similar looking pitches there to Nicole Conacher, and Ladner gets the K. Lack on the replay there, you can see just working the zone well. So, last chance for the Bickies here for the New South Wales Firestars. Now down 3 runs. The score 5-2 Queensland's way. Here's some applause perhaps in the background there as the U14 regionals wrap up with their closing ceremony. All teams out in their uniforms and team garb. So congratulations to all U14 players, coaches, staff. Thank you to the parents and fans supporting the junior players as they watch their idols here, hopefully, when they get the chance. And I've just had it whispered in my ear. Congratulations to the U14 WA side who come away best. Very exciting for the West Coast, so congratulations there. And back to some more excitement here for the Open Women's semifinal. Leading things off in the potentially final at bat for the Firestars in uniform 18, Grace Rickson. Sees the first pitch for ball 1. Grace Rickson gets heavy bat to ball, but Jade Wall, outfielding specialist out there in center field, calls her left fielder teammate off and takes the catch for out number 1. So the flame seems to dim slightly for the Firestars as their opportunity to score lessens. But we're back to the top of the order, so ample opportunity still to have impact. They'll need 3 to tie or 4 to win. Coxie taking the first pitch there for called strike 1. Firestars coming out looking eager to get aboard. Cox fouls that one away. 2 strikes the count to Cox. Confident no there from Michelle Cox, and she was correct. Not a strike, but a ball, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count now to Cox. And Cox goes down looking. Another K for Catherine Sandercock. She's gone the distance so far. 2 out now here for the Firestars, which brings to the plate Shannon Keevers. Keevers shows bunt, decides not to, but Sandercock puts it over the plate for strike 1. Shannon Keevers at the plate now with Jenna Trim on deck. Keevers looks back there, just checking 2 strikes the count now. 1 pitch could do it for Queensland, could see their way into the final against South Australia. 2 strikes, 2 out. And missing just off the plate. I think the Queensland infield thought that that was the pitch that was going to see them through to the final, but it just misses the zone, and cool as a cucumber, Keevers manages to hold back. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, still 1 pitch away from Queensland ending this. 5 is the score for Queensland, 2 for the New South Wales Firestars. As Keevers goes down, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the ball game. Well, with all the excitement of the day, we had some hits, we had some runs, we had a rain delay, we saw lightning, we had wind, we had all the things. How about that? I tell you what, it's been a pleasure being here. I don't know if I'll be back for the final. So if you don't hear from me again, I'm Claire Ostring, not Ostrich, injured sidelined umpire for now. The next game, I will recommend people stay tuned to the Softball Australia website. I don't know if they'll go half an hour after the finish of this game. So I would say stay tuned to the socials, check the Softball Australia website. Thank you so much for having me. Spacequake Sports, you guys have made it fun for me. Might be back, might not. So other than that, thanks for stopping by.